Hello, my name is Derek Gerber and welcome back to another Reniew tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to import your customers and import your products from an existing CRM or accounting database solution. So in this particular example, I have exported a QuickBooks CSV file of all of our customers, and I went in and changed in some of the data to make it a good test run customer so that you can see the information that we're working on. So let me get started. Here I am on the home page. I can either go up to Get to Work here in the middle and click on Import Customers, or I can come over here to the left at the navigation menu, scroll down and see Import Customers. I'm going to jump right in over here. As that loads, I'm going to choose the CSV file that I want to upload, and I'm going to show you the file right here. So right here is the file that I output from QuickBooks as a CSV, and I changed some of the data so it's easier to read. One note before you do anything: every system is going to output their data a little differently. That's just the reality of software. That's the way things go. If you need help importing your data into the system, or if you don't really understand how a CSV file works, ask your IT administrator and I'm sure they'd be happy to help you. If not, you can ask support@reniew.com. But here I am in the demo import customer CSV file, as you can see up here in the very top center piece, and right across here we just have the demo customer that I was talking about. So right now from QuickBooks, this was all the information that was put out, and here customer QB import, and that's what we're working with. So we're just going to call our customer QB import Joe Schmo. So you can see I'm coming across all the basic information that any customer in your system should already have: their billing address, their shipping address, etc., etc. Any other notes that you might have, you can also add. But this is just a test run, so I'm showing you the data file so you can see what it looks like before we import it. So I'm going to go back to our Reniew screen, and I'm going to find that file. It's sitting on my desktop, so let me select the file to upload. Reniew demo, there it is. I'm going to open it, and now what it's going to do is that it's going to start loading the first 20 rows for me to preview. I only have one row of customer data, but here is the file that we just looked at. So you can see right here, Joe Schmo, QB import, etc., etc. All the other information is already pre-populated for you. So now all we have to do is map this information into the system, just so that Reniew knows which row contains which data set or which value that needs to be populated into the system. So we know that right here that the first row is the header. Now look, row 1, active status, customer balance. If you output from QuickBooks, this is a chance that it'll look the same for you. It could be another system. I don't know. That's up to you to find out. But again, we can help you if you need it. So I'm going to click that first row is the header, and that is correct here. And all I'm going to start doing is going down the list and saying, now I need to have the data selected for all the red asterisks, and that has to be within my CSV file in order to import. We put that in as for auditing purposes to make sure that you never import an incomplete customer record. So some strategy as you start to populate your Reniew system: maybe you can import everything at the beginning just as you're trying to get data into the system. Or you could start where you are now, maybe bump up a month or two ahead of your maintenance renewal schedule and start inputting those customers into the system. So when it comes time to bill them, you're already using Reniew and you can see that it's time to bill your customers. So lots of different ways to approach it, but we're doing the importing here for tutorial number 3 just to show you the different options that you have available. So we're going to start just mapping some of these fields. Again, we know that the customer name is going to be, well, customer right here. Well, that's easy enough. Company name, well, we already know that it's the same as a company name here, so maybe we don't need to map that one. But, you know, first name, we're actually going to need that, so we'll put that right here. We'll just put that at first name. It's not a required field, but we already have it in our system, so let's put it in there. Oh, we don't need that one. Phone. Get it. And you know, it's pretty straightforward coming down the list. So let me fill in the rest of these and then we'll import it together. So hold on one second. Okay, now I have everything mapped appropriately and correctly for each row as we are coming across, and I'm just going to click here at the bottom left, finished mapping. So the system's going to check that I labeled everything properly and start to import the data for me. So we'll see here in a second as it starts loading that, here we go. Here is our QuickBooks import demo customer that we just imported without having to type anything else in. So again, if you had 100 or thousands of these, it doesn't matter. You just got to map the fields once. Once you import it, you can work with the customers from there. Now, I'd really like to point out that once you import, if you made a mistake, it's very easy to come back in and edit the customer. So I've already come in here and I have opened this customer. If I need to go back and edit any of this information or maybe add a note, I can do it right from the screen. Testing the notes after import. Done. And again, all this information is saved and it's ready to go. So I'm going to close the customer tab right here and I'm going to go to import products here on the left. So now I haven't created an import products demo file to work with, but I'm going to show you what the required fields are. So I'm just going to import the file that I just used just to show you a proof of concept of what's happening in the background. So it'll be the same exact approach as trying to import your customers. We're going to have our data. We know that our data, the first row is the header, and we have our different parameters that we need to map here on the left. But these red asterisk items are the only things that we'll need to map. So when you have your accounting system and all the different items that you resell that you've already mapped and set up all the appropriate items and vendor numbers, et cetera, for, you just import it right here, map these fields, and you'd be done. So I'm not going to do that right here. Same concept. All you got to do is line up the fields with what these red asterisk items need, and you're good to go. So I'm going to go back out here to the system. I'm on the home page for Reniew. As you can see, we imported a new customer. So we're at new customers here, and our dashboard's starting to fill up as we're doing more tutorials. So stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for staying in, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.